Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So today we're going to talk about numbers and nurses and how things may not be what they seem. And we're going to discuss whether or not there is any actual debate among doctors and nurses about whether or not the vaccine is the right thing to do. And we're going to do this because I got a message. Bo, you always make it seem as though there is no debate among doctors and nurses about whether or not people should take the vaccine. You do this intentionally. I would love to see you talk about the 120 nurses who just quit in Indiana because they refused to get the vaccine. Let's talk about that. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's start with, that's not what happened. That's not actually what occurred. Indiana Health University, okay, they have 125 part-time employees who refused to provide documentation saying they had been vaccinated. That's what we know, okay? There is absolutely no indication that these 125 employees are nurses. None. That's not in any of the reporting. They could be housekeeping. They could be working in the kitchen. We don't know, okay? There is also zero indication that the reason they didn't provide proof that they'd been vaccinated had something to do with them believing it didn't work. That's also not in the reporting. That's a huge jump. Okay, so now that we have that part out of the way, the quick fact check on the claim, let's just pretend it's true. 125 part-time nurses, they said, nope, I'm not taking it. And they're doing it because they don't think it works or they have questions or whatever. 125. When you say 125, that sounds like a really big deal. And if you're talking about like a hospital like the one that serves me and the counties, plural, around me, 125 nurses, yeah, that would be a big deal. I mean, that's like a third of the staff. There would be pandemonium in the streets. However, if you are talking about the outfit you are talking about that has 34,000 employees, all of a sudden 125, that doesn't seem like a big deal. In fact, it kind of makes the exact opposite point. Even if you go with the claim that these were nurses and they made this decision based on some kind of question about the vaccine, it shows that 99.6 something, more than 99.5%, do agree with it. That's a pretty overwhelming majority. There isn't real debate about this. This is an example of the media both sidesing something that they don't need to. Realistically, you're talking about 125 people that may or may not have actual questions about this and may or may not actually be medical professionals versus literally everyone else. There isn't debate over this. There's really not. The implied debate is kind of manufactured. You're talking about 125 employees. Some of them may have just taken a suspension with pay on their way to another job where they got vaccinated. They could have decided to become traveling nurses and come down to Florida, where hospitals down here are paying astronomical amounts for nurses because we desperately need the help. There could be a whole bunch of reasons for this. Or they could just be non-medical people who have questions because people keep saying that people have questions. Contrary to this showing that there is real debate in the medical community about this, it shows that there's not. More than 99.5% are vaccinated at the example you gave at that location. 34,000 employees. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.